Rain, at least at this point, right?
That's right, CJ and Beth. It looks to be a dry forecast for the next 7 days. That's the unfortunate news. The good news here is that if you like the warm weather, you like the sunshine, if you're visiting paradise, you're in store for some great weather. Now, today temperatures were down a little bit. I'm going to show you those daytime highs in just a minute. But first, here's a snapshot of what's happening outside. Now, 65, finally seeing some more sunshine this evening in the south coast. 65, still mostly cloudy in Santa Maria. 61 right now in Lompoc and 73 in Ventura. Those weather headlines, if you like today, you're really going to love my forecast through the week. There will be some changes, some minor day-to-day variations with those temperatures. A lot of it has to do with the winds that come into play by the middle of the week. We're tracking some strong Santa Ana winds in Ventura County and therefore an increase in the fire weather risk. Then by the weekend, everyone heats up. We are talking about widespread 80s. Those that don't reach the 80s will be very close to it. Sunday looks to be the hottest day as well. Fire weather watch. This is more on that. Wednesday from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. All of Ventura County included on this. And even with the recent rains, those fuel moisture levels are still very low. It's just so dry out there after years and years of drought. And along with the dry conditions comes some Santa Ana winds. We could see winds gusting 60 to 65 miles an hour in the mountain areas. Looking at the regional satellite, the storm track is back up to the north tonight out there towards Washington and Oregon. The tail end of a cold front is moving through northern California tonight, but most of the rain is staying across northeastern parts of the state. And we're just too far away from that storm to worry about any precipitation in our forecast. So dry weather out there through the week. Some of the long-range models, though, do hint at another pattern change, which is what we want to see maybe out towards the middle of next week. If you're heading outside tomorrow, maybe for lunch, you'll enjoy some nice and warm temperatures. Highs into the 70s in Santa Barbara and Montecito. Carpinteria topping out at 69 degrees. Chilly to start the day across the central coast. Lows in the 40s, but by the afternoon, breezy and mild with temps into the low 70s around Santa Maria and Orcutt. Looking at San Luis Obispo County, 72 in AG, 69 in Apomo, and some low 70s as well in San Luis Obispo. The warmest stuff tomorrow stays in Ventura County with highs into the 70s and lower 80s. Doing some boating or sailing tomorrow across the channel. We'll see variable winds 5 to 15 knots and a west swell 3 to 5 feet. Of course, if you're leaving out of the Santa Barbara Harbor, that might be a little difficult for the next couple of days until that project is complete. Santa Barbara 7-day forecast, breezy through the middle of the week, but look at these numbers, mid-70s for the most part, and then for the weekend, that's when we get that hotter air mass settling into play with some upper 70s and maybe even some lower 80s across parts of the south coast. Santa Maria 7-day forecast, mild and breezy for the work week, and then the hot stuff builds in by the weekend. Ventura 7-day forecast, Wednesday, that's going to be the hottest and windiest day of the work week, and then we cool down a little bit as we lose those winds before we heat things back up by the weekend. Lompoc area looking at 70s all the way across the board for the next 7 days. So if we can't get the rain, might as well enjoy the warmth. And even though this is the end of winter, looks a lot like late spring or summer.
It sure does. Stock up on the sunscreen.
Yes.
Okay.